Welcome to the Gladlands, where nobody feels bad, man. Dust off a smile, stay for a while. Let me thank you in advance. Welcome to the Gladlands.
Hello, one and all! Welcome back to another thrilling season of Dimension 20. I'm your humble game master, Brennan Lee Mulligan. With me, for the very first time, are our Dusty Do-Gooders. Say hi, Dusty Do-Gooders.
Hi, Dusty Do-Gooders.
Everyone, please, let's all introduce ourselves, starting to my left with my friend right here.
Hi, I'm Oscar Montoya, and I will be playing Poppy Persona.
Ooh, I'm Allie Beardsley, and I will be playing Quinn Wedbush.
Ooh.
What's up? I'm Kimmy Abapornia, and I'm playing Test Tubes.
Oh, yeah.
We love it.
Hello. Guys.
Say it.
Guys, please.
We love it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hang on.
I'm just flying in. Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up? Jacob Isaki here. Hope you're tuning in and loving life. I'm Kokomo.
Hello. Hello, I'm Vivi Kielsen. I'm playing Hoogie.
Hi, I'm Zach Oyama, and I will be playing Connor Kawasaki.
Gorgeous.
Everyone sounds like they're kind of trapped here.
Hi.
Help.
They're not trapped, they just locked the doors.
And in a sense, we are all trapped. Not here at this table. For the next 6 episodes, we will be trapped under the scorching sun, the irradiated wastes
Of a land of hardship, chaos, care, love, and well-being. Welcome, one and all, to Dimension 20 Gladlands, a story of hope and harmony with a bunch of survivors in a post-apocalyptic nightmare-scape, doing everything they can to help each other get along.
That's cute.
In the before times, when water was plentiful, and the high buildings towered over endless green and growing gardens, the people were afflicted with a life of glowing screens where they worked away in long hours, eschewing the wonder of endless water and food to make number go up. Number was all, and they worked on the glowing crystals to circle back to previous conversations about number go up. And then number go up afflicted them with such a horror and dread, and they got so bored and angry that they blew up the world. For a brief time after the blow up, everyone said, "We've got to eat people and glue spikes to our cars and kill each other and run around and blow more stuff up." And then that very brief period ended when someone said, "Hey, I actually enjoy the spikes on the car, but what if we helped each other and dug a well?" And everyone said, "Shit, that's a great idea." And thus were born the Gladlands, a place in endless sand and irradiated ruin where everyone kind of worked together and helped out.
Kinda?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's hard, you know, community's hard. You gotta figure it out. But here we are within the Gladlands, where we see an enormous joy rig thundering through the desert, barely escaping an enormous sandstorm, barreling forward. This rig chases a fleet of screeching cars, studded with spikes, vehicles, quadcopters, dune buggies, all manner of vehicles surging forward, fleeing the vehicle to escape the sandstorm. And I will begin at the very front of this joy rig, where we see an enormous crematoria kiln car, a massive clay circular structure with a smokestack chimney, smoke pouring out of the front, a sort of semi-truck with a clay kiln behind its engine, smoke pouring out of the smokestack filled with chips of bones and other sort of funereal accoutrement. And driving that initial vehicle, I will turn to my friend Vic Michaelis. Could you please describe Oogie for us driving the kiln car?
Hey guys.
Hey, you got it.
So Hoogie is tall. It says that they're 8 feet tall, but is really like 7, like 10, 7, 11, something like that.
Liar.
Yeah. Has one of those plague doctor masks, but it's a half C, so they're kind of like sunglasses more than anything at this point. They're not really protecting from any sand getting in the mouth, but it is because they are just so pale. They're like like translucent almost, so they really got to be covered up. They're in this like big like leather jumpsuit that has these sort of like zip-on, zip-offable wings, and that sort of is, it catches the wind, but if you let them go, they just sort of beautifully sort of drape and
Gorgeous.
flap in the back there.
Hoogie, with your plague-doctored, feathered leather, hulking frame, some vision of almost like corvid death at the steering wheel. Next to you is sort of a little sort of thumb-shaped mechanic with one eye kind of larger than the other. This is Rubby, who is the mechanic of this flotilla, this sort of combine vehicle, the Caravan. A van of caretakers. You see that Rubby on a giant...
You're already doing it.
Wow.
You're already killing it.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
Did you say corvid?
Corvid, a sort of raven-like. I think the plague doctor masks almost have like a beak
Oh
thing.
yeah, it sort of comes.
It's a little too
comes
soon
down.
for me, but yeah, I get it.
It's a little too soon
I just
me.
didn't know. I just had never heard that word, and I was like, what was that? I love it, but now I know it.
Now you know, the family of birds containing crows, ravens, magpies, rooks, jays, and various others.
Got it.
Was that a very small Jesus?
Various others.
You just repeating?
Yeah.
No, it's Brooks, Magpie, and
You forgot it.
Like what?
Rooks books.
Do it by yourself. Do the list by yourself.
Corvids, and they're like
Sorry, real quick. RJ's corvids. Yes.
Jays,
Jackdaws.
jackdaws.
You're just repeating things Brennan's saying.
I'm agreeing.
I'm agreeing.
I can't agree with my friends.
Yeah.
Hoogie, you
Yes.
look to your right, in the shotgun seat, but not facing through the windshield. Looking in the back, in the sort of cockpit, there's a number of steel, corroded former oil drums that Rubby, with this tiny little hammer, is hitting on the top to help seal them because blood is sloshing around in these giant oil drums. Rubby sort of kicks over to you this oily, greased up box filled with thank you notes. These are thank you cards. The people fleeing in front of you are all escaping a sandstorm that interrupted a community blood drive, and all of them took off before they could get their thank you cards. And this is the task of the Caravan. Those of you assembled here, you have to get these thank you cards to these donators before the sandstorm
They
overtakes
each
you.
have a coupon in them.
Oh yeah.
That's the part of donating blood.
Well, and there was sort of like a community research-based thing that we did, and if people feel appreciated and they feel like people's time was like spent, and
It's
people felt like
data-driven.
they spent their time, then of
Overdoing.
course, otherwise there's a chance that they're not going to come to the next blood drive, you know?
Slamming with the hammer on these loose drums of blood, Rubby turns over to you and says, it looks like we got a little rain in our parade, more like sand in our parade.
Yeah.
You always like my jokes.
Listen, I just think, have you tried stand-up? I think you're just like, listen, unless you doing a very important job here. And I appreciate the job that you're doing, but I'm also just kind of like, you're so funny.
Well, you know, I wasn't weighing it as an option, but it seems like someone put a thumb on the scale.
you got to save it. You're wasting it on me. Who am I, right? I'm just like listening and it's going one ear out the other. I'm gonna do nothing with this, right? It's a waste.
I'm gonna keep hammering these blood drums shut, but here you go, and kicks the sort of box of thank you cards over to you. You see these are written on a sort of like stamped bug material. There's like some gossamery wing stuff here, but there's this scrawled like, thank you for your donation. And you see that the sort of box goes into your lap. You have your friends behind you. What do you do in this moment? Looking at the fleet, there are about 8 vehicles fleeing ahead of you. It would be huge if all 8 of them got their thank you cards. However, if less than half get them, it's gonna be bad for the blood drive, sort of,
It's not a good look.
not a good look if less than half get delivered.
Yeah.
I will also say the sandstorm is racing behind you here on our bummerometer. The bummerometer.
Dude.
We're about to leave green.
You are about to leave green.
And it gets worse from green.
And it gets worse from green. Any failure by 5 or more will tick up the bummerometer. If we get all the way to 9, the sandstorm catches up and there are no more thank you cards that are gonna get delivered.
And it's sort of a 1-episode season.
And it's a 1-episode season, it's a
It's a
sandstorm
really
overtakes
cool
you.
one-shot.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I would like to do.
Hell yeah.
So I am gonna sort of like sicko mode my my wingsuit, so I'm like in go mode.
Yeah.
Then I want to tether. I want to sort of like do the carabiner clip in, and I want to clip to the dashboard. I want to give Thumb.
Rubby.
You
Rubby.
gotta know his name if you're trying this hard.
He's
You're trying
so
to smash
You're trying to smash it.
He's so beautiful.
Rubby-
It's so hard to understand anything he's saying.
For you guys, Rubby has been a mechanic in your crew for a long time. Rubby started as a person who had a high regenerative factor, and all of Rubby melted except a Thumb, which was. And
king of the
he came
hand.
back. He was okay, but he's a lot more Thumb-like than he used. It's sort of like that was the biggest stretch he ever had to do. Like come back from a Thumb. That's a tall order.
That was
Like
just the last of the DNA that his body had to go off of.
Was
so it
the-
just replicated that tissue.
Replicated.
It's like when somebody in like 8th grade like goes to their grandma's for the summer and then comes back and they're just like such
Thumb.
a thumb.
Just like that.
It's
They have
exactly like
spiked
that.
hair, they're completely a thumb. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Strapping in the wings of your suit, you are ready to go. You have 8 vehicles heading off in front of you. Some have as many as like 3 or 4 occupants. Some are like single occupant, like either dirt bikes or dune buggies.
So my thought is I would like to clip in because we had to leave in such a rush. I normally know where everybody is on the rig because we sort of have positions, but because we had to hop on so fast, I'm hoping to see who's closest to me to see if I can grab their help to get these letters ahead.
Gorgeous. Okay, as you're shouting out to kind of organize your friends, go ahead and give me charm, difficulty of 7.
Okay.
The first roll.
Huge.
Do you want to kiss it?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. 14.
14.
Those lips are good, kid.
That was you.
Hell yes. Okay. So shouting out with this successful, what does Hoogie call out to her other allies?
Well, first I want to see who's closest to me, if that's possible, to see like who is like in distance, because I'm assuming there's like a ton of wind. So I want to see if there's somebody that's close by that I can get their attention.
You, I think on that highway, the people that would be the closest to you are going to be probably either Quinn or Connor. Connor, you can hear the motor of Connor's like out to the side, and I think Quinn, you tend to get stationed up on top of the kiln, right?
Definitely.
So either you can call out to both of them or just one if you want.
Connor's got the motorbike, so I'm gonna call out to Connor because I think that's gonna be the most useful here. And I got some teeth in my pocket. While I'm calling, can I also just like try and throw a tooth at him to get his attention?
Hell yes, you can. Yeah.
Sorry, you're yelling my name and throwing teeth at me?
Not teeth, a tooth.
Oh, sorry.
Just the one.
You're yelling my name,
Just the
throwing
one.
one tooth at me.
Yeah.
As we cut over, outside the driver's side window, we see Connor Kawasaki. Zach, can you describe your character?
Shit. Connor Kawasaki is riding a little dirt bike. It's very Gladlands looking. It's, spikes, rusted, it's just an impossible amount of smoke billowing out of the back of it. He's dressed in sort of like almost like a reclaimed BMX outfit. It's all nasty looking and mismatched. He's got a cape that's just made out of a big black trash bag and just sort of dark black feathers flying off of it. Also, it has like a BMX, or not a BMX, BMX helmet.
Yeah.
With sort of a bird, like a condor painted on it. And he looks deeply worried and as he's like whipping across the Gladlands on his little bike. Shit.
Connor, you are this dirt bike tearing through. You can see that like small pebbles around you are not only shaking from the massive joy rig thundering across the desert, but are starting to get picked up by the wind itself. And you look behind you, the sandstorm approaching. It doesn't like tower over you like a building. It towers over you like a geological feature of the landscape. It is like 200 feet. It gives you vertigo to look at the top of the sand cloud barreling down behind you. The sort of opaque edge of which is maybe one length of your joy rig behind you.
Guys, we gotta get the letters there. Guys!
What does Hoogie call out to Connor Kawasaki in this moment?
Guys, we gotta get the letters there.
It sticks to your
Pull a loose tooth out of my forehead. Ow!
Connor!
What, Higgy?
The letters!
I know, that's what I was saying.
I said we gotta get the letters!
I'm saying the exact same thing.
No! The letters, Connor!
You're not listening. The letters.
I don't think you can hear me! The letters are up front!
L.
E!
Tears. Tears. I ramp up. I'm like bounce up to the side of the car, like bouncing the BMX bike. Give me the letters.
Oh, I'm gonna get you the letters, okay?
Yeah, hurry and get me the letters.
Oh no.
On that high charm roll, having gotten his attention, you can effortlessly toss the letters out to him if you want. It'll just be up to Connor to like retrieve them going through the air and make sure that they don't fly away in the wind.
I might not need all of them. I probably would drop all of them if I got all of them.
Okay, I'll send all of them. So then I'll just take them and I'll toss the box.
One-handed, your other hand on the wheel, you huck the letters out in their box. Connor, I am going to need a post-apocalyptic mayhem roll for you to catch these letters.
Oh no!
So go ahead and give me 2d20 for this action stunt here.
Okay, I'll try to grab them.
What?
A 1 and a 2.
I should say to our friends, post-apocalyptic mayhem is rolled with advantage, and on a nat 1, a character performing post-apocalyptic mayhem instantly, irretrievably dies. So Zach was 1 off from dying.
And none
in his
of us
first...
have any.
And I haven't.
It was to spend.
Nothing to help.
No one has been introduced. I could have died before you started playing.
Yeah. That would've been
absolutely,
crazy,
absolutely catastrophic.
Blood from the tooth gets into my eye.
Look.
Oh my God. So a 2 is a complete failure. You failed at what you set it to do and in fact make things worse. Go ahead and take 2 boo-boos.
Wow.
2 of our little tokens
Is
here.
it opposite day?
What's that?
Is it opposite day?
It is not
I
opposite.
got 2
Text
boo-boos.
calendar.
We got 2 boo-boos right here.
2 disgusting little things.
Hey, those will come in handy later.
Those are gonna be really handy later.
Connor, as Hoogie pushes the box out, you reach up to grab it, punch the bottom of it, and the letters scatter everywhere into the wind.
Okay.
Boom! Shoot.
Okay.
It is a failure by more than 2. The bummerometer absolutely is going to move up.
I'm hanging off the back of the BMX bike, arms like.
That's brutal. That's really brutal.
Okay.
My bad. My bad.
Up, we are gonna cut from counter, letters getting sucked up into the wind and the approaching sandstorm. We go to the top. On top of the sort of brick and clay exterior of this massive kiln lodged into the back of the truck bed, on top of that, we see Quinn Wedbush. Alec, you describe Quinn for us.
Yes, Quinn is in like a really cute kind of two-piece outfit. That's just kind of what she wears. She was kind of in a cult that all moved underground. They thought they were protecting themselves. They thought they would have a lot less sensory overload of what was going on above. Turns out someone messed up. The doors got locked. Everyone almost died down there. Anyway, she's here now. She is hyper militant. She has a cage on her head because sometimes people eat people, and she just wanted to make sure that would never happen to her and she wouldn't be one of those people, so she welded a cage onto her own head. That cage has a clip on the top. Attached to that is a long retract. No, like a
Cage clip.
Oh,
You know those
like a
cage clip?
carabiner.
A cage clip.
like what you would hang a bird.
You got
cage
it.
It was like a
from,
butterfly
okay?
clip.
What are your cages hanging from?
There's also a butterfly clip. Thank you for pointing that out. Next to the butterfly clip, retractable cord, steel, okay?
Yeah.
And she's also up there. She sees this happen. She's like, okay, I gotta help him. Jumps down. Zzz. Can I look around and get some of this kind of like mesh or like netting that we might have, even if it's just like kind of like a ghillie suit? I don't know.
Hell
There's
yeah.
gotta be something up there that I can try to scoop up at least some of the letters with.
Scoop up at least some of the letters. I'm gonna say go ahead and give me first off, give me determination.
Okay.
We'll call it a difficulty of 6.
Okay.
As you leap forward, this sort of like recovered, rusty, almost like a bridge cable that clips into the top of your cage head, which makes acrobat. It leaves your arms free and works
And that's
really
why
well.
it's good.
That's why it's good. Leaves your arms and legs free, and all that it does is mean your neck has to support your full body weight.
Like, you know when someone's rappelling and it looks powerful because they're like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
they're like this? It's like her, but she's like,
I'm sorry, what do they look like?
they look like, they're like, you know what I mean? It's like all in the hips and they're like,
So the base of the
but
cage head.
me, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great. So you leap off. Go
Love
ahead and
it.
give me determination difficulty. of
Both
6.
hands got a big net.
Okay.
All right, come on, determination. That's a 10.
10. Hell yes. We see Quinn. You're rolling your D20, your highest skills and determination, and you leap. Like limbs akimbo in the swirling sand in advance of the storm, with this massive net made of like loose floss, recovered scraps, this like nasty sort of ghillie suit net. And now I'll say go ahead and give me post-apocalyptic mayhem.
Great.
The difficulty to get a letter is only 5. If you get 10, you get a bunch. If you get at least a 15, you will get the vast majority of the scattered letters.
Okay, come on now.
Right now?
You got
Come on
I
now.
want you to do so good.
Yeah, 16 and a 17.
Hell yes, great. So Connor, boom, the letters go up, and Quinn goes down. As you lower down, do your feet actually connect with the ground, or are you like swinging almost like a swashbuckler?
If you'll allow it with this roll, I would love to be like, got it, zip down, scoop up a bunch of letters, and land on the motorcycle with like a kind of like, my arm is underneath your arm, and I'm just holding your chest like this.
And that's sort of
And I'm
powerful,
holding
right?
it, and it's kind of powerful.
Yeah.
And we're kind
God,
of
it's
forgetting
hot,
that my
actually.
neck really just took like a pretty insane beating.
Yeah.
And I'm holding all the letters like
forgetting
this,
that.
and we're like this.
You've been doing this for a while. I think that your neck is like a Gordian knot of
I
muscular.
have extra cartilage in there, like no doubt. It kind of goes out.
Both
Brock
my
Lesnar
hands are
neck.
holding either side of your neck, your trap muscles.
Yeah.
With a huge net of letters, Quinn slams onto the back of the motorcycle with the cord still connecting you to the rest of the vehicle.
Oh, I unclip. Sorry.
Unclip.
That we can clip,
Please,
that we can go.
please.
Yeah, yeah.
Please, please.
Please unclip. Please unclip.
Unclipped. Obviously unclipped.
Obviously, I unclip.
Vast majority of the letters recovered. The rest of the letters fly back along the rig towards those in the rear of the vehicle.
We shout back what has happened.
You shout back what has happened, like basically like a look alive. Back there, clipped in this sort of two-part, almost like two train cars clipped together. The kiln in the front, the crematorium in the front, and in the back, we see this massive double-wide house. Sort of when they transport houses on the highway, it is only half of a house. So one half of it is just open to the elements. And on that open side, we see that the house is partially, sort of carefully collapsed with a massive plasterworks, almost mini golf-esque book. So a massive decorative, like statue art of an enormous book creates a lean-to covering over the remainders of what was a house on a truck bed. Within that are scrapped, dusty, recovered, carefully tended to, but dealing with the rigors of a post-apocalyptic wasteland. We see books upon books upon books, some cardboard, some thick novels, some of them like road atlases, others like pamphlets and brochures, whatever writing can be recovered here in the wasteland. And we see someone astride this area of the caravan. Oscar, could you please describe Poppy Persona for us?
Yes, Poppy Persona is a 6'2" drag queen wearing a outfit made out of scraps of fabric, whatever she could sew up together, and then it's all put together by a sickening metal corset that is both glamorous and painful, with like the motorcycle handle sort of like sticking out of the breastplate area. She's wearing a fur cape that trails down, and on the cape, the shoulder pads are like the claws of a beast.
Incredible.
So sick.
Yeah.
Beast claws, metal corset, astounding.
So
Exactly.
we're all hot, I guess.
Yeah, everyone's hot. Everyone is hot.
All been so hot.
Yeah.
Everyone is hot. She has a huge mane of collected wigs that she's sewn together. So it is just big and messy and amazing. Okay?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. An extremely reedy and sort of slender and shorter figure. A nice, it looks like they are almost like composed of candle wax. There's like a sheen of wax to their skin. Spectacles, one of which is sort of, one lens is sort of shattered, into a million pieces. The other one is there. Wearing sort of sheafs of waxed parchment around them with sort of ink and writing. This is your assistant, Parcel. All of Poppy's wonder and extravagance, Poppy's persona is completely foiled and obliterated by Parcel's extreme sort of like obfuscation from being looked at. Parcel, they are like extremely officious and not very lively. They look at you, hear it sort of beatings of the sandstorm going, Poppy, sand is bad for the books.
I understand. Tell me, what's the deal with the letters? Are they swept up by this freaking thing?
I don't know where the letter in the mouth. And Poppy, you see letters flying past your, Poppy can refer to it however she wants. Originally, when this was granted to Poppy as part of her obligations from the history heap, this was called the Truth-brary rather than a library.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You're
doing it.
You're high as fuck, and that blew your mind.
Wait, does that mean? Yeah. So
It's like herstory, dog. That's the level that you just flipped it.
That's the level.
2008.
This is
Realize.
Real ones know.
It's giving the doctor is the mom.
Yeah, the feminist
Yes.
riddle.
The doctor's a woman.
But Doctor, I am Pagliacci.
But Dr. Pagliacci is my mom, okay? Rocketing past the Truth-brary are a number of letters you can see scattering past you. What is Poppy doing?
I grab Parcel's mouth and I take out the letter, open the letter, and read it. What does it say?
It says, thank you for donating to the blood drive.
Easy. I crumple it up, I throw it away, and I say, we need to forge these letters, darling. Quick! We need just pieces of paper. And I search through the Truth-brary and I shuffle through the books and I say, oh, this'll do. I take out a copy of Thomas Paine's Common Sense and I rip it to shreds.
Thomas Paine.
Ripping it to shreds, it's great. This is from a section of books that they have multiple copies of back at the history heap. So these have been given to you basically being like, if people actually need real paper, this is a great place for you to have real paper. Ripping the pages of common sense out, you can go ahead and replace the missing letters.
Yes, and I say, Parcel, let's get to work. I grab a quill and start forging a bunch of letters.
A bunch of thank you notes.
Yes.
I love it. Go ahead and give me creativity. The difficulty here is going to be, I think doing this in the midst of an active thundering joy rig in a sandstorm is gonna be difficulty of
2.
I'm gonna say 9, difficulty of 9.
Okay.
2.
17.
Right.
Beautiful. Teach me creativity.
Whoa.
What extra flourishes? On a 17,
Oh,
you beat
it's
it by
in,
more than...
baby, it's in script. You've heard of the Bill of Rights? That's the font I'm using.
Impossible.
We hold these thank yous.
They each had a coupon in it. What's the coupon?
Yeah, you gotta forge a coupon.
You gotta forge a coupon, and I
free-
know you can.
It's a free hug.
A free hug.
A free hug from your neighbor.
That's
your
great.
Beautiful.
It's in writing.
Knocking on the door.
That's inviting.
Do you redeem this?
Inviting in writing.
As you whip these up, we hold these coupons to be self-evident. You. Bam, bam.
I'm Hancocking this shit.
That's
Like,
great.
just fully.
You see, honestly, you're doing it so quickly that Parcel is just grabbing them, licking them, putting them in the envelope, wham, getting them back together.
great.
To the side next to you, as this stack is growing, we zoom down and we see that there is an enormous sidecar in this sort of almost like half of a water tank fuselage that is filled with soil, and roots of a massive tree are spilling out of the sidecar on this massive, like, monster truck mono wheel as it's like clicked in and latched with cables and wires to the side of the Truthberry. The tree, thundering up, is tilting enormous, even as thick and massive as it is like tilting backwards under the weight of surging forward. And under that tree, we see another figure that makes eye contact and see that Poppy is replacing the missing letters. Jacob, could you please describe Kokomo for us?
Kokomo is relaxed and lounging under the shade of the tree. He's very large in stature, nearly 9 feet tall, but actually. He has a big, beautiful, round, rotund belly and body, succulent, soft skin with lumberous limbs.
Succulent.
His ears are mutated like slightly higher on his head into a point, and he has like back hair that's very thick and velveteen that kind of goes up to his ears, kind of soft. Like his back hair is like soft, like a dog's ear.
When you point out the skin suppleness, is this like all skin, not
Like
fur?
his skin, his front part is skin.
Yeah.
And it's very soft and succulent.
He's
succulent.
and supple.
Succulent.
You have like in terms of any clothing, it's like you're not wearing a shirt. It's like harnesses or whatever.
Yeah. It's just like it's like fully open. He probably has like one of those sumo skirts, like a leather post-apocalyptic kind of sumo skirt. There's a clear Snorlaxian, Totorian vibe going on with this guy.
Like hairless cat meets Totoro.
Yeah. Imagine if Totoro just had skin here.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I can imagine.
and fur back there.
Yeah.
And it's as soft as a dog's ear.
Got it.
Okay,
Love
that is soft.
Well, kind of depends on the dog.
soft.
Well, it's a
Whenever I
good
can.
dog, an award-winning dog.
Oh,
As soft as an award-winning dog's ear.
Yeah.
Okay.
County
Yes.
Fair, the big show.
The big show.
Okay, that's soft.
It's Christmas. The dogs are winning awards, and he's snoozing. He's just Kokomo.
Hell yeah.
Kokomo!
What?
Look around you.
Oh, bother. He sees all the letters. Oh, bother.
I did not.
What happens, Zach?
I launched my
The joke is so
boo-boos.
good.
I launched my boo-boos. Poppy, finishing those calligraphy letters, you see that Kokomo has a clear line of sight on Connor and Quinn up at the top of the caravan.
Do I see letters like coming towards me at all? Or are they? But where are the letters? At this
Give me an awareness difficulty of 6.
All right, I have a D6. Let's do it. 3.
Okay.
3. As you stand up, your goggles are somewhere nearby, but some sand and grit kind of blows into your eyes. You're looking past, and I think there's just a degree of like softness and gentleness where you're like, the letters, they're gone. as they fly away. But the replacement letters are up here. So Quinn got the vast majority of them up in the net, and the ones that need to be replaced are with Poppy right next to you. What action do you want to take, if any, in this moment?
I suppose I will help Poppy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I see the letters flying away in the wind. Don't worry, baby. I will help you.
What?
I will help you.
Huh?
I will help you.
Huh?
Kokomo helps.
Ah.
Also, remember to take a boo-boo for
I got
that.
my boo-boo.
You got your boo-boo
I
right
have a
there.
boo-boo.
How would Kokomo like to help in this moment?
He's. It's just fun to think about.
Body rolls. body rolls.
I can describe your terrain as well if you want
Yeah,
to.
that's a little helpful. Yeah,
Looking at it, so Poppy has this box of letters ready to go. You see that?
Oh, they're ready to go?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
done.
he
Poppy
forged a bunch of them.
nailed it.
Okay.
She did.
I put them in a butterfly net.
Hell yeah.
And I like grab my little umbrella
Yeah.
and I click it.
Yeah.
And well, actually, it's an umbrella, and I like pull like a lawnmower string.
Yeah, but
And I want to try and lift off and fly towards Connor.
Hell yes. So this propellered umbrella,
Yes.
you take off with the box of this. Go ahead and give me a post-apocalyptic mayhem.
Got
Cool.
this.
Come on. And as I leave, I'll just hopefully it works out.
So realistic.
20 and 11.
Let's go! Feel it!
Down in Coco.
Pink, too. That's so fun.
I will say this, Kokomo, the sandstorm is blowing sand towards you, which means the wind is moving in the direction you need it to. So this umbrella, you take off, and you can, on a 20, I will say that we said the majority of the letters are with Quinn. I will say on that nat 20, you can deliver 2 of the letters right away to the cars up, and you could get all the way to the fleeing vehicles up
there's
ahead.
only 8.
Wow.
2 out of 8.
Oh, right.
That's
So
good.
a quarter of them, 25% of them.
This is fun for me.
You full Totoro, Mary Poppins. And as you do, you see that there's a VW bug that has a bunch of cow skulls over the headlamps. And you see that there's a little 4-person family, all of whom have shaved heads, white sea salt mud paint on the top half, and then black around the jaw. So they all have these sort of yin and yang heads. But you see that there's a mom and a dad up in front. You see the mom driving, looks back and says, "Guys, quit horsing around back there, okay? Sandstorm's coming, all right? Try to buckle up, buckle up." And you see they go, "Okay," and take something that's made of cured intestines and tie it down. And as they do, you are right next to the window. So, "Kokomo, hey!"
Kokomo.
Beth.
Yes, Kokomo.
Hi. Well, how can I help you?
Thank you so much. See you next year.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Yes.
And a free hug. Well, you know we wouldn't miss it for the world.
Cash it in anytime.
Will do. Make sure to say hi if you ever stop by the Eternal Dark. Okay.
Stay good.
Stay good. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Woo, hell yeah. All right, 25% delivered. Incredible.
What's that do for the meter?
What's it do for the meter?
Are we still in the yellow?
What's that do
or
for the meter?
For the
Are we in
meter?
the green?
We got
Well,
so
what
many.
can you do for us with the meter with that?
On a nat 20?
I mean, come on.
We're not going to talk about the bummerometer. We're going to talk about the good goo.
What?
We're going to talk about the good goo.
No way. No way.
As the good goo raises on that nat 20, you see the goodwill of just seeing Kokomo flying in
Chill.
and help with the thank you cards. Good goo meter rises,
Chill.
baby.
That's pretty tight.
That's chill.
Oh my God.
The good goo is a measurement of the overall positivity, harmony, and well-being of the Gladlands writ large. Any unspent boo-boos at the end of an episode will be collected and tabulated and add partially to the increase of good goo in the landscape.
Jesus Christ, good goo.
Good goo.
Great.
It's a good, great goo.
I want my goo good. I want my goo good.
I want my goo good. We see
I gotta get my goo good.
Poppy, as you see Kokomo take off, a chain rattles that is chained to that sort of locking mechanism in between the sidecar and the Truth Prairie, and whipping up along the chain, going off of a massive jump. We go ahead and see, Kimia, could you describe Tess for us in this moment?
Yeah, okay, so whipping around, we're gonna start at the bottom. There's wheels of a skateboard on the ground. Everyone made sound effects. I kind of really wanted to make sound effects.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we go up some like human ankles, pretty good. Some good knees. We're getting up to the best butt you've ever seen. And then it's like 20-pack abs going up. He's buff as hell, and then we're getting to his head. Bug, cockroach, just straight out of nowhere, cockroach. The wind flapping through his antenna. This is Tess, hottest bug humanoid creature you've ever seen. Just glistening in the sun and the sand.
Test tubes with the S as a 5, thunders forward on his skateboard. Oh, by the way, I want to just make sure character pronouns. Let's go around.
Yes.
She, her for
she,
Poppy.
her, yes.
She, her.
He,
He, him.
He, him.
Kind of any, but
Any, but
Big she.
Yeah, and then for Connor.
He, him.
Great.
Kokomo's an entity.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love explore. Tess, as he rockets forward on the skateboard, you come along, still linked up to the caravan, but are able to come alongside Quinn and Connor with that full net full of letters. What would you like to do in this moment?
Okay, so I know they're dealing with letter stuff, but I sort of feel like I can do something about the sandstorm.
Okay.
I sort of feel like if I can surf that sandstorm, it can change direction.
Fuck yeah, dude. Mavericks. Mavericks it.
Oh, sick.
Fuck.
So
yes.
hot.
The confidence of a hot bug.
Yes.
Like,
Do you have sunglasses?
It's just bug eyes.
They kind of look like sunglasses.
naturally
Transition
polarized,
lenses.
right?
They're
Yeah.
just kind of like
lenses, and they blink this way.
yeah.
18 transition
Yeah.
lenses.
Tess, hell yes.
Yeah.
We are gonna roll for post-apocalyptic mayhem here. Go ahead. You're gonna roll 2d20
2d20.
and
Who has
take the
boo-boos?
the higher of the rolls
You do?
here.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I love it. Here we go.
Okay, we got a 15.
A
15 out of 2.
A
So
15 out of 2. As you hit a 15, 15 is success with complications. So your skateboard, with a heavy, rusty thud, gets about 11 feet long, and 2 sort of flanges come out on either side, and it becomes thin and wide, like a broad leaf. You hit the sand, letting yourself trail back. The wheels fold up under it, and like a surfer, you begin to go up on the sandstorm itself. All right?
That is sick as heck.
I'm
Now-
just looking in the rear view the whole time.
Just a fucking bug surfing on a sandstorm. Hot start here for Gladlands, folks.
Yeah.
Hot start. Tess, as you're going up, so success with complications means you get your choice, a little bit of a devil's bargain.
Okay.
We can decrease the bummerometer by you doing your plan, which is to deflect the sandstorm
Yeah.
here, right? If you do, however, it's gonna be steering it towards the direction that you see these cars are trying to take. So the sandstorm will move in the path, and they'll have to go and wheel through a canyon, which is safe for them to travel through, but it might actually, in the long run, like veer them off course. There might be other like canyon dangers there. So we can get them away from the sandstorm by moving them off into the canyon. Or if you want to try to actually somehow like beat back the sandstorm a little bit, you can do so, but you might sustain an injury in doing so.
Okay.
So it's your choice between injury
question.
or sending folks to the canyon.
Is this like a walkie-talkie style crew of people?
You guys, I think, can shout back and forth with you. You guys
Okay.
can all see Tess going up the sandstorm here.
Okay, cool. Just curious, because I'm like, oh, if you need us to alert the cars that they have to take a different route, we're already trying to pass out letters, so if you wanted to do that.
And I would say for your purpose here, Tess, sending people into the canyon has its own dangers, but it will make it more likely that you get all the letters delivered.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yep.
Because I was going to injure myself, but then you said that. I said,
Enough of
keep
that.
it together.
Hell yes. All of you watch the bummerometer decrease As you see Tess,
Feels good.
Feels good.
Feels good.
fans out,
Shoulder just went.
and you see the storm moves off in another direction. Tess, you feel your antenna. You're now like 100 feet up. You're like in the middle. You're in the middle of the barrel of this massive sand wave.
Look at that bug go.
We get back to the top. We're gonna go here with Hoogie. What are you doing up at the top as you see the cars veer away, seeing that the sandstorm wings off towards this like flat salt plain and instead veer into this canyon?
Okay, since I got these, I'm in go mode with my little wings here.
Sicko mode.
Yeah. And I'm clipped in. So can what I'd love to do is I'd love to hand the wheel over to Rubby. And can I sort of like see if I can make sure the canyon's clear? Like, can I fly up and like hit the wind and see if I can just double check that the canyon's clear?
Absolutely. So you're gonna jump up. What do you say to Rubby as you prepare to like leave out the driver's side door?
So I have something really quippy prepared. I'm like, and I'm so prepared to say it. And my plan is I'm gonna turn around and be like, and I sort of, I'm looking at him, I'm gonna be like, hey, so I'm gonna be
My waist only goes forward and back.
same. I love that. Same. I'll be right back.
Right, and that's like actually a really hot thing to say.
Sounds actually pretty hot. If you think about it, it's actually
My
a pretty hot
waist
thing to say.
only goes forward.
think-
Yeah, exactly.
I think Hoogie is like so prepared to say something back, but they're like so sort of like jaw to the floor by that statement. The wind catches them a little too fast and they just like
Yes.
It's like an ugly takeoff versus like a cool one.
No, they had something so cool and so perfect for that moment prepared. That happens.
Great. So
It's
you
just
do
a
not
sound.
you do not get a chance to announce that Rubby should drive. So Rubby goes, okay, take some. Go ahead and give me awareness to scout the canyon.
Oh, no.
We're gonna call
God
this.
fucking
This is
damn
an awareness of 7. Awareness difficulty 7.
And and I'm rolling a d12.
Okay.
Okay.
You got this.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
d12. Okay, great. Are these your teeth?
I think I
We'll sort of keep
I
them there.
maybe knocked them in there when
Okay,
I.
here
Like
we
a
go.
food reviewer in
Ready?
their car being like,
Yeah.
here's the new French fry.
What was it?
7.
And it's a 7.
On a 7, you were able to see a number of like fairy chimneys and other like wind-shaped rock structures, potentially like loose boulders, and are able to call them out to your friends down below. Anyone here will be able to for the rest of this scene, will be able to re-roll a 1. Thanks to Hoogie's scouting.
Hoogie.
Okay.
That's huge.
Huge.
Welcome.
Cool job, Hoogie.
Cool job, Hoogie.
And that I heard clear as a bell. Thanks, Kokomo.
Everyone's flying in the sky.
flying up.
Flyers here.
Connor and Quinn, you're like side by side with the main engine of the kiln. And you see standing, because he only is about like, I think like 2.5 feet tall, that Rubby sort of is just standing on the shotgun seat, open driver door sort of flapping in the wind. You see that there's gas and brakes. The rig is rapidly slowing down and no one's steering it. And Rubby looks at you both and goes, good job.
Okay, you need to drive. You need to drive.
Give me determination, difficulty of 5.
Great.
Correct.
That's an 8, or that's a 9.
A 9, great. You see, he says, I can only do half, as he jumps down and is not tall enough to look out the windshield and press the gas at the same time. So he sits on the gas pedal and goes, I believe in good things happening to good people.
Oh no! Just completely unexamined. Okay, I gotta.
Incredible.
We have more people, right?
Yeah.
Can we
yeah.
shout to somebody else to kind of tag team?
Hell yes.
Rubby.
To tag team Rubby here.
Tag team Rubby.
Hell yes.
Please, tag team Rubby.
What the?
You do the shout?
No, I was just sort of playing it through my head what it would be like.
I appreciate
but
it.
it wasn't me.
It was you. I
Right.
think.
That was someone else.
You have a booming voice.
I was just sort of seeing what it would be like if it was.
Oh, sure. So you're being Jacob, sort of looking.
I was just sort of
down the
imagining this
situation.
world.
I just
Right.
can't like to get in your head like that.
Up above you can shout out to someone. You see that your caravan's tinkerer. She's a much older woman. Her name is Murray Curry. Her teeth are all made of like some enriched radioactive metal. She's partially glowing. You see that she goes around, fumbles with something, and says, "Oh, Robbie, I got you, buddy. her area of the caravan is behind the kiln, and it's essentially a bunch of old kiddie pools with translucent plastic that have been welded together with some like lead paneling hanging in it, so she's not irradiating anybody. And you see that she takes a little like wind-up toy that is one of those like teeth that has a small rocket on it, like a sort of like a cone tied around a grenade, hurls it through the open back window of the thing. It bites onto the steering wheel, and you see it begins to just fireworks spray in either direction, miraculously like blasting the steering wheel
takes a
back and
village.
forth.
Murray is so capable. God, she's so
Murray
cute.
rocks.
Capable.
Gotcha,
We love Murray
everyone.
Curry.
You gotta know when to smile.
I do look away just in time. I think I do look away just in time. If you'll
Oh, sorry.
allow, if you'll allow.
I'll zip it.
And a real zipper.
And a real zipper on her mouth closes it up.
Like a Levi jeans one, though,
Yes.
right? Not
Yeah,
like a Shein
branded.
one.
Branded.
Yeah, branded.
Not like a what?
Like a Shein one, the ones that like break.
Incredible. Connor, what
Fast
are you
fashion
doing?
is gone at this point.
I'm
Wouldn't last.
I'm held
Disintegrated.
ever so softly by Quinn. Quinn.
Yeah.
Hey, Quinn.
Yeah.
Quinn.
Yeah.
I think we gotta get the letters. Should we get the letters?
Yeah, let's step on it.
Can I drive, or do you want to just?
No, yeah, I'm behind you.
Oh, okay. I
In the
just like
motorcycle.
situate myself on it. Okay.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and give me a post-apocalyptic mayhem roll.
Cool. I take an open Gatorade bottle out and just take a swig of some kind of nasty liquid that was in it.
Chill.
And I make my roll. A 7.
A 7.
I'm not rolling good.
We're not. I'll also remind you that with post-apocalyptic mayhem, if you so choose, you can spend boo-boos to add additional dice, but you don't have to do that.
I'm gonna spend. Is it 1 boo-boo or 2 boo-boo?
It's 1 boo-boo gets you an additional
I'm
die.
gonna spend a boo-boo.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Nice.
12.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, sorry. It gets you an additional roll or an additional die?
An additional die that you
Okay.
add to the roll.
So you roll 3.
So, Connor, you rush up next to one of these little dune buggies. You see there's a guy that has a bunch of sort of what look like chisels for like walrus tusks coming out of his mouth. And he has these weird rocky hands as he looks over in this dune buggy.
What is it you wish for?
I put a letter on a harpoon and I just throw it at him.
Slunk into his shoulder. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I'll be back next year for sure.
Don't forget, the hug is forever, you know?
A forever hug, an endless embrace. Yes, long live the Gladlands. Glory to cooperation and kindness.
And he jumps straight into the storm and disappears.
Oh,
Wait, who's okay?
And the harpoon wasn't triggering for the walrus man?
And you see his dune buggy sprouts glider wings, and he takes off, going back home.
Just cut yourself on one of those spikes.
A little bit. Ow! That is 3 of 8 letters delivered.
Yes, nice.
However, as you do so, you get this last guy here. Connor, you see that the other cars get into the canyon and begin to really slow down, admiring the beautiful fairy chimneys. And as they slow down, the storm gets a little bit closer.
Okay.
That is Connor's turn. Quinn, that's you.
Great. I say, hey, let's try to hit a couple more cars.
Okay, Quinn.
And we try to close with the car. Since they're going slower, can I try to hit a couple?
Absolutely, give me a post-apocalyptic
I will.
mayhem.
Quinn tries, she's like, this is a nice thing we're doing. So she's smiling. And she goes up to them and tries to hand them the letter.
Hell yeah.
Quinn, I heard your jaw
14.
14. Hell yes. You go up to another one. You see that there's someone on basically a four-wheeler just thundering along. You see that the four-wheeler appears to have some kind of blender on the back. The blender is sealed. In the blender, there's sort of a loose biological stew, and 2 eyes open up. And out of a speaker of the four-wheeler, it goes, hello?
I go,
Shit.
you gave blood here.
give me a warmth check, difficulty of 5.
We know I
Biological.
can't get that. I'm rolling a D4.
Also, that thing gave blood?
Scott, it doesn't. Yeah,
That's a 3.
it's a 3.
Help out.
Biological.
You have to spend a boo-boo, and you can give half of your warmth. Yeah.
Okay, half of my warmth
much is
is
your warmth?
6.
Oh,
Great.
chill.
Yes.
Okay, so I
So-
spend a boo-boo.
You spend a boo-boo. You see that Quinn is having a hard time being warm in this moment.
I like rev the engine in such a way that it relaxes your jaw muscles.
I was frightened for a moment. Thanks so much. You can put it in the slot. And that's just to a small mailbox on the side of the four-wheeler. Half the letters are delivered. That was your bare minimum. Incredible.
You went from this to...
Surging forward, you see Quinn and Connor get their letter to the friend who takes off in the glider, and Poppy, it is you once again. Your letters have been sent off. Is there any actions you take? You see behind you Tess up on the sandstorm as the rig thunders into the canyon after the last 4 remaining vehicles that have not gotten their thank you card.
So Tess is attached to where in the sort of caravan?
Do you think you're still linked in on the?
No, I wouldn't have linked because I didn't want to suck anyone into the wave.
So yeah, Tess is fun and fancy free on a windboard.
You're just surfing.
The 200 story.
Just
And how he looking?
sky.
He looking good?
Looking shredded. I mean, shredded. Right deep in the saddle. Quads looking good. Abs looking good. Yeah.
Okay, work. Are there any other cars in the vicinity of where I am?
You see that the rig is sort of pursuing these last 4 cars in the lead up ahead of you.
Ahead, okay.
Now, our driving situation is okay. It is a
It's
sparkler
totally fine.
with a mouth.
Rubby is sitting on the gas pedal.
Everyone else has slowed
It's a
down, but
Rubby
Rubby will know to maybe move to the brake eventually.
I think you can see that Murray's like.
She need help? I'll help her.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna
She's fine.
I'm gonna make my way to try to take over the wheel.
Walking fast.
Hell yes, great.
Walking fast.
Go ahead and give me post-apocalyptic mayhem. 2d20 and take the higher roll, unless you
Okay,
want to
just-
spend some boo-boos to get more.
Okay. That's a 14.
A 14, hell yes. You get to the front. Right as the little toy fizzles out of its last fireworks, you grab the wheel, you look down. Rubby looks up and goes, I'm pressing the gas. You want to press the brake?
Rubby, scooch.
Okay. Roll. Goes into like the footwell area of the shotgun seat. As Rubby goes, you are driving this rig up. As you do so, you get up alongside Quinn and Connor, and you are able to see off of your right, looking at the right side, you see that there is an extremely tall, basically there are like 2, velocipedes, the penny farthing bicycles. There are 2 of those put together on either side of this massive, like, lowrider chopper engine, and there's a guy who's got huge red inflamed nipple piercings and a big top hat, who's just
brand new.
Brand new.
Brand new.
Just pierced them, yeah?
Just pierced him.
Yeah.
And a metal.
Himself?
It looks like a hood ornament, but it's a septum piercing handlebar mustache. This
How's
is
the
sort of
infection there?
clean as a whistle.
Okay,
Oh,
good. He's gonna heal.
Different parts of the body.
disaster.
Yeah,
He'll be
it's
fine.
different.
He'll
It's
be
different.
Yeah.
Riding along right next to you as you thunder forward, and you look and see him as he looks over and says, "Do tell!
hello. Hello, my good sir.
You look magnificent, Poppy. Pleasure as always to see you."
Wonderful. I have something for you.
You do?
And I take one of the letters and I hand it over to you.
Ah, a pleasure as always. Arthur Grundle at your service.
Write it down, write it down.
Write it down.
Write it down, write it down, write it down.
That's gonna be
Write it down.
With a G.
That's
Write it
GR.
down.
Big player, episode 5.
That's the big
Arnold
battle.
piercings.
Gonna come back.
5 of 8, but on a 14 complications, the bummerometer ticks up again. You got 5 of 8.
Okay.
3 left. The sandstorm, just like doing these little things of getting the cards. You have to slow down enough to do the transaction. And Kokomo, that's going to be you.
I still have some forged letters with me, right?
Yes, you do.
Cool. I'm gonna try and just get next to a car and toss it over like the
Hell yeah,
last
go ahead and
time.
give me post-apocalyptic mayhem.
Let's go. It's fun. We're crazy. 14 and 4.
14 is what we're going to take.
Can I can bump it if I do a boo-boo, right?
You would need to bump it by 2 to get to 16. Otherwise, the bummerometer is going to tick up.
Dang.
There you go.
Still a success, though.
Smart.
Still success.
Kokomo, you're still on your umbrella. You look up ahead and you see that there is a horrifying, like corroded, nasty, rusted PT Cruiser.
PT loser.
PT Loser.
My mom would be crushed. My mom
No,
would
that's
be
just sort of
crushed
me.
by this
That was
stock.
just me.
That was you.
Sort of like imagining it in real life.
You're an extra in this.
Up at the front, you see that there's in this like small compacted driver's seat, absolutely enormous muscle-bound guy driving along, reaches down, gets a sort of steel canister, has some kind of milk tea in there, and you're able to go down, looks over and goes, Kokomo.
Hi, put this in your glove compartment. Isn't it funny we don't keep gloves there?
Kokomo! We take off. One more tick up. 6 of 8 delivered.
Okay.
That is going to be Tess. That's you.
Come on, baby.
Man,
You got this.
I don't know. I'm kind of up there. Tess kind of loving the surfing.
This is Tess's last
This is
episode.
like, Tess really just wants to surf the waves. As we go. Surf off into the sunset, right?
The end of Point Break.
I have no letters. I'm just on a
You're doing a super
You're trying
important
to
role.
change the
you are
course
doing
of the
a
sandstorm.
hugely important role.
But everyone's kind of safe. They're headed to the canyon.
Yeah.
They're in the
Yeah,
canyon
but you don't want
right
the
now.
sandstorm to follow them at the
So I'm gonna do more stuff with the sandstorm.
Hell yeah. Do you want to continue to try to like steer the sandstorm away? Or do you want to, is there anything else that you want to do in this moment?
Yeah. If I could turn the sandstorm into sort of like a safe cyclone that would launch me out the center and maybe like onto some of the remaining cars to slow them down.
Hell yes. I'm going to ask for post-apocalyptic mayhem.
Of course you are.
If you roll a 10 or under, because this plan is so spectacular, if you roll a 10 or under, you will fall from the sky.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
Great.
That's fine.
That's a 50.
Hell yeah.
Two
You got
D20s.
this. You got
Two
fine.
D20s.
2D20.
You got this.
5% chance.
So we've got 16 and I rolled an
wasn't
8
the wrong
on
dice,
accident.
but you're good.
I rolled the
Doesn't
wrong
matter.
dice.
The wrong dice.
Should I roll this
You
just in
already
case?
did it. Yep, that's
But
the
just
one-
because,
that's
you
the
know.
one.
that's
Okay, 16 is
16
one.
Let's
so
see if we
far.
crit.
Here we go. And 13.
Incredible. Describe for me how
Yes.
Tess uses a flying
So chill.
surfboard to
Right.
create a tornado out of the
So
sandstorm.
chill.
Right.
So chill.
Right. So we're already sort of like on the tip. We're just kind of like riding it. And we're doing that thing where you're on the tip of the board and you're just going like this, just to be flashy. And
Chill.
then he hops to the center
Goes
of
on
the
the
board. It's all in your knees and your abs. And as you guys remember, 20 pack of abs. So we can just like curve the board. So now we're on the lip of the storm and we're just kind of taking the sand and the wind, turning it into a circle. Okay, so now we've gone from surfing a wave to like like a little half pipe bowl. It's like a bowl, right?
okay,
bowl, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and so now that it's circular, then Tess scoops down,
Oh,
dips
shit.
to the center of the bowl,
Boop.
and he's gonna pop up the other side and out.
All of you watch Tess vanish into the sandstorm.
Oh,
And
shit.
And a moment later,
Oh no.
this sandstorm that has been this cresting wave suddenly twists and it begins to almost like an ice cream scoop with those like ridges being defined, circling up until it connects and the sandstorm turns into a cyclone. And as the cyclone ejects Tess. Tess, you are higher in the sky than you've ever been. You see the edges of the Gladlands. You see off in the far distance the many joyful multicolored kites of Glider Town. You see the far distant murky swamps of Rot Glob, the radio tower of Blood Slug Hospital, all surveying out. And I'm gonna say on this glorious move, the bummerometer decreases all the way back to the green.
Oh.
And I'd like to hand you a map of the Gladlands.
The map keeper.
That's it.
All the way in the sky,
my
you are the
God.
first Gladlander who actually has seen the full layout
Okay,
of the Gladlands.
cartographer. Look at you.
Go off. Show it.
Here we
That's
go.
That's chill.
Did you jot that down real quick?
Yeah. In the sky.
Writing it on your board.
And as you kick back, slam, land on the hood of the kiln truck, boom, at the top, having seen
So
the
sick.
wonders of your irradiated utopia.
That's tight.
Boom, landing unbelievable. And I believe with that one, as the cyclone begins to tear off back towards the outskirts of the wastelands where it will tear off in a far other direction, much less all-encompassing than this massive sandstorm. I'm going to say we have our last check here. I think on the sandstorm being turned into the cyclone, I think that we hand off our full last letters to these last remaining cars. The last 2 of the 8 are able to pause, appreciate the canyon. You're able to hand off your letters. They say, thank you all so much. What a help. And the good goo increases all the way up to 10.
Whoa.
Huge.
Crazy.
That's making me just desperately want a soda.
As you guys head off, you see that one of the last cars that sort of slows to a crawl as the sandstorm turns into this cyclone, you see a guy pulls out of a sort of shredded, it looks like it used to be some sort of like, drag racing, like hot wheels kind of car, but the front is torn off. There's this massive engine block that's sort of raw and exposed to the top. And you see that there is this guy who appears to have some kind of injury where there is a full like sledgehammer lodged into the side of his head. But you see that he's just sort of like the head of the maul in there. You see that Hammerhead looks out, getting out of the other side to collect his letter. Is this shorter guy who has like sort of fused goggles and really sensitive eyes. And you see he has this two little sort of Tesla coil, like electrical nodes on top of his head. This is Hammerhead and Battery Bug.
Write it
See,
down.
Hammerhead
Write it
looks
down.
over,
On the Bible.
Writing it.
looks over and goes, oh, thank you, Cards. God, that's sweet. I thank you so. That was a great blood drive this year. I'm sorry we had to call it early. Did you guys get enough blood out there?
Honestly, I feel like we got too much.
You see up
I
at the
don't know what
top,
we're gonna
Rubby
do
has
with
like a drum of blood is sort of rolling off the back of the truck, and Rubby's like doing the log roll thing on it as it takes off.
Getting all over Rubby.
Yeah, I love it. It keeps me wet.
Okay.
That's cool. bud.
Nobody say anything.
Same.
Don't. Especially you.
All right, I have to go. I can't stop it. The drum sort of takes off into the desert.
Okay.
Hammerhead looks over and goes, me and Battery, we got to stop by and drop off some new batteries for the folks over at the Salt Catchers. Where are you headed to after this? Like, your guys' next stop is Rock Glob, I thought, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, if you want, we got to bring them batteries. We could all travel there together, and I know they always need more salt over at Rock Glob, so you could come over with us if you like.
Sure. That sounds great, right, guys?
Do you know how to get there?
Oh, sure. It'd be great if we had, a map, but, and I think immediately Tess has drawn a perfect map of the Gladlands.
Yeah. A map?
Yeah.
So would that be something that kind of looks like this?
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm not so good at art or spelling. But this is what it looks like. When I was up there, freaking rocking the hell out of that wave, I saw this.
Wave? That was a deadly sandstorm.
Wave, deadly sandstorm. Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, I remember tomatoes. Well, yeah, we can head over to the Salt Catcher with you if you like and get rested up there. Maybe they have some fuel for you. Hammerhead and Battery Bug travel with you guys through the desert on your way to Rot Club. The caravan, your vehicle associated with all of the various tasks that you are able to fulfill at the different encampments and work areas and some different spots within the Gladlands that help provide needed goods. You arrive at a little way station about halfway from here to Rot Club, where the Salt Catchers live, which is a small family of people buried under hardened, almost glassified sand and rock is a tilted, rusted roller coaster, the top of which is only partially visible because most of it got sunk underneath the sand that then sort of sedimentized. But you see that there's a small ticket kiosk that has been made into a partial cave dwelling. And you see, wearing a kind of leather, like aviator cap and some loose leather scraps, is John Glorybound. And you see that Glorybound is the name of the roller coaster was originally called, so it's one of the names that's sort of there on the roller coaster. The lip of this roller coaster goes off into this like petrified wood that drops down into this massive salt basin that stretches away. And you see John comes out and goes, hey there, guys, hello, Caravan. Nice to see you again.
Hi, John.
How's it going, Kokomo? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Would you mind taking a look at Ruthie?
Yeah, please. Is she okay?
Go ahead as you walk into the sort of like ticket kiosk area. The Glorybound family is all here. You see that there is John and his husband, Jank. And you see they have a couple of kids here who are Ruthie, Reggie, and Rory. As you look in, go ahead and give me awareness difficulty. We'll call it a difficulty of 7.
Better be perfect.
Well,
I wasn't.
well.
I
How's the
wasn't.
universe going? Do it again.
Do it again. 5. I can bump it 1 on my own.
Does somebody else have?
Can I do my help and do half of my?
Yeah.
So it's like a D20 and awareness 10.
So you add 10 to this. You succeed by more than 5. As you walk in, Kokomo, you see that Ruthie, the Glorybounds always have these very white chapped lips. They work all day out on these massive sort of salt plains. And you look and see that there are these massive flaky sheets of like pressed salt from the desert that they've purified. And they're basically getting it ready to like ship out to Rotglob. And you see that Ruthie is very chapped. You look down and I think see Ruthie kind of breathing a little bit shallowly. But I think that Connor, you look down very vigilantly and just look at her chapped lips, look at her body, sort of shallow breathing. You think that she has contracted a pretty advanced stage of heat stroke.
Oh.
Yes.
I think she's had a bit of a heat stroke.
She's gotten too hot. Then I'll cool her off.
Incredible. Go ahead and give me a warmth check, and we'll call that a difficulty of 8.
11.
11. How does Kokomo cool down Ruthie in this moment?
I think he just stands in front of the sun, and he just physically blocks the sun.
As you stand, you block the sun, you create this deep shadow. I think there's sort of like this natural, floral, planty, chlorophyll-y kind of musk that emanates off you, almost like aloe vera, and just creates this sort of aromatherapy that she starts to breathe in a little bit more. You also see that it looks like the Glorybounds have been rationing water out here, and she may not have gotten the water that she needs. Hoogie, you look out and see John looking over at you. Jank comes out over as well and says, "Thank you so much for stopping by again, everybody. Hoogie, we were going to talk to you. We got word back over the shortwave that there are some people that need you in Rotglob."
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you for making that call. I really appreciate that. I know that's not easy, and so I really appreciate you taking that phone.
No. I mean, people don't want you to show up until they do, and then they really want you to show up.
Absolutely, 1000%. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, doing okay. We're out here on the saw. Rory's getting a little rowdy. He always wants to go into Rotglob, but it's hard. Do you guys have any extra water on the caravan?
Oh, I do.
Connor, you have some stored sort of liquid that
I have about a fifth of a sort of a plastic bottle of, I just pour it into their supply of.
You pour it into their supply tank there.
That'd be good.
And you guys definitely have some on the caravan too.
Can we trade them for some salt or something and like give them some blood? Is this the kind of thing that we're trying to do?
Totally.
Move the resources around?
Yeah, it's basically, and for you guys, it's barely even trading. It's more like making sure people have what they need.
Because I bet salt would be really important for people that we meet later.
Yes,
So
very much.
we can give them a ton of water and then take some salt that
You're
we'd
also
be able
going
to,
to a place that has water, right? So it's like as you stop
we
in,
fill them up.
Yeah.
I flash them a smile.
Yeah.
I shake her a little bit.
Go ahead and give me a charm.
I
roll.
rattle the cage.
Give me charm 5.
5?
5, yeah.
It's always a 5. That's a 2.
See that Jank goes, oh, sorry. Everything okay?
We're filling you right to the top.
Wouldn't it be nice to have some water?
It would be great. Thank you so much. See this sort of like murky, purified water. You guys haven't been to Rock Club in a while, so you got this water from the eternal dark. So it's like a chalky, calcified water that nevertheless is filtered down through a lot of rock and stone and is safe to drink.
Sweet.
You see Reggie runs up to you, Poppy, and goes like, I love your hair.
Thank you, my child. Where are your, I'd like to do some little excavating. Where are the ruins in this town? I forgot where it was.
Ruins?
Yes.
Well, this place, it's like the bones of an ancient metal monster. And points to the roller coaster.
Okay. I'll do some excavating, if you'll excuse me for a second. I will be back shortly.
Parcel accompanies you. May I be of some assistance?
Of course, Parcel.
As you head out, go ahead and give me, as you're investigating, go ahead and give me awareness. Give me awareness, difficulty of 6.
Well, it's gonna be a failure. Yeah.
Go ahead and take
a bean.
As you're looking at this massive roller coaster, what is occurring to Poppy that she is looking at?
I'm familiar with places like this. I've traveled to different places where I've looked at skeletons of the past and found tomes that I need for work and for play. So any sort of large structure, there's a sense of the forgotten bits that I'm curious about. So that's what I'm on the lookout for.
I love it. As you begin to look around, seeing the bones of this giant monster, it's almost like this story comes to life of what this thing must have been. And I think Poppy veers into her imagination. And as you're sort of examining it, you see Parcel goes, well, there's absolutely no way this is bones. Look, there's rivets. I mean, this is obviously, these straight lines don't occur in natural ossified remains.
But Parcel, why was this constructed in the first place?
Well, it appears to be of a uniform width between these cylindrical objects.
It's to carry a message of joy and fun. Look, the grand scale of it. It looks like it's a creature to either ward off maybe intruders for coming in, or it could be something like our little Kokomo, large and inviting, sort of like a beacon of welcoming.
Well, a creature of this size has never been discovered before, but I'm not one to contradict. Poppy, your focus and your discipline is in the world of fiction and storytelling. I don't know that applied biology is going to solve any problems for us here. Although your theory is interesting, and looks at the massive sign that says Glory Bound. And I think you look at the sign that says Glory Bound and see immediately it's beautiful. It's rendered artistically, it's bright colors. It has to be for sending a message.
What's the font of it? What's the design of it?
You look at it and see that there are some feathery wings, and there's some writing underneath the dust and rock there. As you scrape it away, you see it says, Touch Heaven.
Parcel. Look at this.
Touch Heaven. Perhaps related to the altitude of the structure?
Oh, but heaven is a state of mind as well. Come, let's explore. I grab their hand and drag them over.
And off they go with you. You see, they say, I'm not having fun. I never will. Off they go. For the rest of you here, you see Battery Bug comes out with a bunch of these are old batteries that it looks like Battery Bug has vomited some kind of caustic electrical acid into and resealed. They're welded DIY batteries. The Battery Bug says, I barfed real good in as many of these as I could. I hope it helps. And you see that John begins to go and apply them to the various, equipment, gets them back on a Geiger counter to measure radiation and a bunch of other necessary gear here. Ruthie looks up at you, Kokomo, and says, thanks so much. You smell like green stuff.
Thank you. I kind of take some water and feed it to her. I guess drink it to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Taking a small canteen, to not overdo it with someone recovering from heat stroke.
Would you like to lay down?
Yeah, thank you.
Kokomo like becomes a sofa and like places her and then does this to keep the sun out.
Oh, big arm.
Cabana.
You make a little, and she's just like on your
Cabana.
stomach, and you see her breathing starts to regulate with your breath. So she's just, and you see that she actually just conks out and starts sleeping.
Night.
As she drifts off, you see that Hammerhead looks out and goes, "Well, I'll probably head back over to Glider Town after this, but I think these folks are headed to Rockcliffe. You need help getting the salt on the back of the truck?"
Sure.
Please.
Yeah.
If it's not too much trouble for you.
No, happy to. And you see you start moving up these big, flaky sheets of salt onto the back of the truck. And you guys have a moment of like refuel. You're getting salt and some fuel. They're getting like batteries and water. And this is sort of what the caravan is for. Is there anything you guys do here in this quick refueling, knowing that Rock Glob is just beyond the horizon?
Just gonna make an awareness roll just to make sure no one's mad at me.
Give me a DC 6.
That is, that's a 9.
On a 9, you look over at Battery Bug, who looks over at you.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Thank you. And as he walks off,
You gotta be careful.
haunting.
We don't know what he did.
Shit, I hope you're okay.
That's
I go to pat you on the back, but I miss. Sorry.
The shadows look like the shape of my shoulder. I know. It's okay.
Can I see if there's any just like expendable organic matter around?
Give me an awareness check. We'll call it difficulty of 5. If you can get a 10 or higher, it'll be very successful.
And so a 12
D12.
is, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. 5, but.
Yeah.
But.
But.
For the purpose of which I am going to be using this, is I have my +2 for near death, and we're in close proximity to death. Can I add that +2?
That's great.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you get to a 7 on your awareness as you're looking around for stuff. Hold on 1 second. This is fun.
Having fun.
This is fun. This is fun. This is fun.
We're having fun, aren't we?
You go ahead, and I think you find a little order sheet on a note from when they spoke to Rock Glob about needing your services to come by. But you see that there's another note asking if there are any specialty seasoned salts like ash salts. And a special order has come in from a guy you know about in Rock Glob named Thagomizer.
Write that down.
Yeah, I will. I'll spell it right.
Thagomizer?
How do you spell it?
Thagomizer.
Thagom.
And you see it's an order for especially seasoned salts. And you see that they've sort of been circled by John and Jank.
Okay.
In terms of like making sure that it gets somewhere special. You see that John looks over at you saying like, "Oh yeah, you see in the note from Thag over
Oh
at
yeah, I'm
Rockland?"
sorry. I'm poking around. I shouldn't be poking around.
Yeah,
What am I doing?
no,
I'm
it's okay.
poking my fingers where I don't belong.
No, it's quite all right. Yeah, you might want to check on him when you get in there. He's really excited. He's asking for some special salts and stuff like that because he's they just had the bloodsucker birth. You know, they had a rain in Rock Glob recently.
Oh, yes.
So the bloodsuckers are all out, and they're having their big old chili cook-off.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, first rain of the season, you know. So they're having the chili cook-off, and he wants to win this year, baby. He wants to win. So,
Do they need more judges?
I actually think they might. Yeah.
I'd like to eat more chili.
Oh, you'd be a good judge.
Thank you.
And then at the end of that social interaction, can I just make a little bit too much eye contact?
Hell yeah. Give me a warmth difficulty of 6.
Oh no.
How warm are you?
A D4.
Oh, shit.
Difficulty of 6?
Difficulty of 6?
Of course. 2?
I'd like to bungle.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to
bungle?
You gotta.
Great.
Bungle.
-3.
So I got 2 and a -3.
So you get a negative one.
Negative 1.
So what do Quinn and Hoogie do in this moment of talking to John?
So I think, yeah.
Oh, my ears. Something
And I
is
should
tensed
mention,
up.
I have this smile, and it's just a lot of sort of very pointy teeth. So there's a lot of space.
Thanks again for all your help. I tried to kiss his hand.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know actually. I don't know how long you've been with. How long have you been with the caravan, Quinn?
I am actually new. Yeah, it's been a little while, but
Oh, fun fact though, we met before.
We did.
Who was with you?
That was my husband,
Mark.
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 Yeah.
Yes. How is he?
He died.
Oh, God.
He died underground, sadly.
I'm really sorry to hear that. He was so fine.
He was so fun. But you know, sometimes you have to look for the silver lining. Yeah, someone was eaten. Yeah.
Did Mark get eaten?
And yeah, maybe I didn't know when this time would come up, but I am wanting to just be honest about this.
Are we included in this conversation?
We are all.
I
very
bet you all
Want us all
hear
to
some
listen?
juicy.
Yeah.
I have been wondering
something
this
about-
for a while.
I didn't always have this cage on my head. I was locked below ground with my beautiful husband, Mark.
So funny.
So funny. We didn't think we were gonna make it out. Someone was gonna have to eat someone. We all knew that. I think anyone would know that. And I did eat him. And then almost immediately we were released. And I don't mean to laugh, but then I put this cage over my head just in case that ever happens again, so I won't be able to eat someone. Starting with, what do you think I started with?
Yeah, what part of the body do you think Quinn ate first?
I'm sorry. Just to clarify.
This is your
here.
icebreaker.
This is the first thing.
Wait,
this
we
guy answered.
bungled.
This guy,
We bungled.
We bungled.
Okay? I'm
So-
honoring the bungle.
Honoring the
So
bungle.
I'm sorry. So you got locked in there, and then you were locked in there for like a month and a half.
We
And
were locked in there for 9 months. Everyone was locked.
But I'm saying you thought you were gonna die.
We all thought we were gonna die. We ate, obviously, wallpaper, shoes. We ate all the normal stuff.
Yeah.
And then we were like, well, one of us is gonna have to eat the other. And he was like, please don't eat me.
You see that Reggie, one of the little sort of like salt catcher kids, looks up.
Oh, the kids were there.
Yeah.
You're kind of having a
The passed out cabana girl was there.
Can I just be trying to just say
honors the
affirmations
Well, the salt- the
out loud?
salt echo.
I'm just going, I am kind. I am strong. I am unique. I am brave. Just trying to like pile over that noise.
That's
Yeah, you're just literally
beautiful.
trying to
The
do
kind of white
noise
noise machine
canceling
style.
for
That's
the
great.
little
Yeah.
girl.
I am
Okay,
loved.
Ruthie does not hear that.
We
Reggie.
begged not to get eaten.
wow.
So there was no food left or anything like that.
No food, no, literally nothing.
And so
Yeah,
lots
and
of people got eaten.
We thought we would both probably die, but then, yeah, immediately after eating him, we were saved, and it was all over.
It must have been really hard, and it must have been, at least you were probably comforted by the other people who ate other people in there.
Death isn't linear, so surely there's a support group of a bunch of you that ate loved ones.
Of course, I thought everyone must be doing the same. We were all locked in our different, like essentially apartments. So I was like, let's see. And everyone came out happy couple.
Everyone else.
Happy? And they couldn't have all gone in there
Everyone came
happy.
out stronger for it. And it turns out I was the first one to cave and eat my husband. And everyone else just kind of made it work.
But hold on, sorry. You say you finished. You say you ate all of him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So how long were you in there for? Surely other people had to have eaten someone if you were able to finish your entire.
I thought so too. Thank you. This is actually making me feel a little less crazy daisy. Yeah, I ate him.
Can I say, Mark was also just like, what I remember about him is he had all those metal plates in his body.
Yeah.
The metal plates surely were left over.
You can swallow anything.
You
you
can
can't.
swallow.
I looked right to the little kid. You had a question, you can swallow anything.
Wait, is some of the metal on your head from Mark's?
Yeah. I had to make the cage out of something.
What a stark reminder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to ask, and it really feels like I'm piling on and I'm not trying to at all. But start to finish eating your husband, how much time passed?
1 whole month. 1 whole month.
Longer than I thought.
Yeah,
Longer than I thought.
1 whole month. And what do you think I started with? I pointed the kid.
John says you can leave. You can both take 2 tokens. Take 2 boo-boos.
That was a bungle.
Is
if
the
I've ever
fate-
heard one.
Here, we did it together, so which ones did you pick? I'll pick this
Oh,
one.
I picked 2 teeth.
Oh yeah, me too.
I don't know if this is a 2. This is a
yeah.
down.
And
The
you see that Reggie looks up at his dad and goes, "Is that lady a marauder? Is she not from the Gladlands?" And you see that John says, "Kiddo, there's not marauders. It's just people in the Gladlands and people that haven't had a chance to find the Gladlands yet, okay?" And you
Can I also get down on his level and with my one try and make him feel better with the warmth? Death comes for all of us, including you. And sometimes it's horrible and you get eaten. And that's just the way that life happens sometimes.
he cries so hard that the tears get escape velocity from his face. They like pop off his face. He starts crying so hard.
Jesus.
And we're gonna go ahead and
She lights up a bun.
That's so low.
That's so much good goo.
We dropped all my goo. Lost the good goo.
the good goo lowers down to 7, and you're just smoking a
She's
cigarette.
smoking a blunt.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
So
You're so good at fitting it between the bars.
So
Yeah, I'm holding the very end of it.
So you can get that through
Careful
to
now.
your mouth, but you think you'd never eat another person again through the bar.
Hey, I'm gonna need a friend. I'm gonna need a friend to work with me on this logic.
Got it.
Okay?
I'll stop.
A full foot could never go through these bars right,
Right, but
away.
if you chop anything up, it could go through your.
I'm not gonna
Bars.
eat anyone ever again. I'm
I feel like
different.
it's metaphorical.
you see
Thank you.
that Jank goes, I'm confused because I know what Hoogie runs the crematorium.
Sure.
Kokomo helps with healing and helping the kids out.
Kokomo.
You know, Tess is like super bug immune to all the bug stuff. Poppy works for the history heap and takes care of all the writing and the stories and everything like that. And Connor, I know it's your scout. What do you do exactly? Like, say literally like what your specialty is.
I'm in defense.
From?
I do
From your-
defense.
You're holding fire at this point.
Okay, thanks for stopping.
I'm new. I have a lot of good skills. Maybe they're not super personable, but I found this group of people and I said, hey, what do you need? I'll try to fill in the cracks and I will never eat a single one of you. And I made that promise and we signed something in blood.
Quinn's cool, okay? Watch, we have this handshake together. Come on, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, dude. No, come on, dude. Just give it a slap.
Hey, come on.
Come on.
Quinn,
dude.
do it.
Why?
Do it.
Quinn, do it.
You know the Have a Dream Pioneer program that we're running? Quinn's part of the Have a Dream Pioneer program.
I'm part of the Have a Dream.
This was her dream.
Yeah.
I would like anyone who wants to give me a difficulty, we'll call it a difficulty 8 awareness check.
Just if we want to.
I got a 10.
10.
10.
4, fail.
Get a little
Awareness is the 12.
What's the
Can I roll even though I'm not in the vicinity?
Yeah.
7.
7. Okay.
9?
9.
So that's lower than.
Wait, what's the number?
10.
No, lower than 10? Oh, come on.
So I'll say this.
Wait, no one passed.
Only Connor passed.
Okay.
Connor, you look out, it's getting to be time to go. You got the salt up on the thing, you've exchanged your goods. I think Parcel and Poppy are finishing their investigation of the Glory Bound. And Connor, you're looking and you just see John and Jank. The Gladlands was a place that was created through the intention and cooperation of all of the people that survived the end of the before times. And many of the people now, most people now weren't even alive during the before times. And there is a feeling you get watching John and Jank look out, because the Gladlands is a place where people help, and they care for each other, and they look after each other. But that is not written in stone. It is work every day to keep this place glad, to make it that in the face of impossible sandstorms and wasteland and environmental hazard and every kind of horrifying thing that people still with, scraps and leather and spikes and rust look out for each other. But that's not a testament to anything other than hard work and something that at the end of the day is quite fragile. And I think on that 10 or on that 12 awareness, you look and see John and Jank looking at Quinn,
and they're scared. I think that, this good goo reduction here is an abstraction, but what you just see is the eternal presence of fear. What if other people aren't going to take care of you?
I think Connor pulls one of the condor feathers off of him that are just kind of stuck in his trash bag cape, hands it to one of them, says, if you ever end up needing me, you can use that to then find me.
You see Reggie goes,
Man.
you're handing this to Reggie?
Yeah.
You see Reggie goes,
yourself.
oh, sick, it's got bugs on it. There's a
Yeah.
little sort of,
Oh, God, I didn't even, I should have noticed.
thanks for the bugs, mister.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add them to my bug city.
Yeah. Use that, and eventually you'll figure out how to find me. And then once you find me, I'll find you, and I'll help you.
Go ahead and give me warmth. Give me a warmth and the
Oh, and I'm absolutely gonna
bungle.
help out
Okay,
here.
give me warmth. We'll call the difficulty 6.
Okay. 7.
7.
-2.
Oh, no. You each get 2 tokens.
Great.
What does Hoogie do to turn this success into a failure?
Okay, so what just happened?
I
You gave him a condor feather.
I'm going to
Didn't know we could do
burn.
that.
I'm gonna burn a token and give half my warmth to Zach, which brings it back up by 2.
Back up by 2.
So I'm gonna go, hey, and I go to sort of pat him on the back, but I trip and I fall into a hole.
We gotta seal that hole up.
I very earnestly, kind of sidebar with Connor, but they probably see this, but I go, was that inspiring or was that just kind of dark and weird?
Which part? What you said or what I said?
No, me.
Oh, dark and weird, for sure. But there's a layer of it that could become positive.
That means everything to me. Quinn goes back to the truck and kind of sits in it and brings down the mirror and is like, and that's why I am the woman I am today. She's like practicing kind of telling this story, but with like a good, with like a positive angle.
And yeah.
Incredible. As you sit and start giving yourself that, the rest of you get ready to head out and head over to Rock Club. Is there anything else you say as you're saying goodbye to the family here? Parcel says, it looks like they're gathering back at the truck. Go ahead and give me an awareness roll again. Call it difficulty 5.
It's a D4.
Oh.
So that's a 2.
I burn one.
And can I do these?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you want to spend one and give
Yeah,
that?
let's spend some of these.
What do you have in awareness?
A 12.
Oh, so that's immediate 6.
Immediate 6,
Yeah.
so you get an 8 overall. As Poppy is looking around, I think, Hoogie, you can see that Poppy, searching for stuff out here, is a little bit distracted. I think it's like Poppy's creativity is making the look for what is literally, Poppy has a D4 in awareness. So is looking for something. And I think you walk over and see that there is some stuff partially buried in the sand and rubble around here near where Poppy is looking.
So can I have gone through the other side of the hole?
Yeah.
I fell through, so I walked around, and it ends up being some sort of a tunnel. So we end up next to each other. Like, what is?
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Well, I was like,
Just flew out of nowhere.
And then I was like,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I'm here. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, what is this stuff?
Oh, it's a relic of a.
No, the stuff that we're stepping on. There's a bunch of stuff below
Yes. The possibility.
you. No, you're
of a
standing.
wo-
No, I know, I get, but you're
Yes.
stepping in there's stuff in the dirt.
Yes. Ancient dreams
Right,
realized.
and physical things.
Huh?
There's stuff. You're standing on stuff.
What is on the? Oh.
Look.
You look down, and where Hoogie is pointing, you see that there is beneath the rubble, there's a partially sun-bleached, but still legible. It used to be deep, rich blue, but there's a wooden board. Now it's all very light, sort of, again, sun-bleached. And you can read, I don't know if everyone here can read, but certainly Poppy can read. And it says, marine mammal life of the Pacific Ocean you might see during your time on the boardwalk.
I say that out loud.
You look at a number of wonderful animals, some of which maybe aren't in the records of the history heap, with this incredible piece of writing. And there's gorgeous depiction of these animals. There's sea lions, there's seagulls. And you look at this lip down to the salt plain where in a different time an ocean once rested.
Kokomo just goes, beaches.
Beaches.
Kokomo beaches. Kokomo beaches.
The wind kicks up, and echoing from the lone and level salt plains, the wind sounds almost like the call of a long-distant gull. Not all is lost to time as you recover this incredible piece of ancient writing.
Are you gonna keep that?
Of course, I'm.
Okay.
I'm.
You wanted it?
Well, if you didn't want it, I was gonna
You
use
wanted-
some of the wood.
you wanted to
No.
keep it?
If you're gonna use it,
You were gonna use the wood.
well, I was gonna break it up and I was gonna take some of the wood.
Break it up.
I wouldn't. If you wanted it, then I would.
No,
never.
I'm keeping it
Of
for
course.
the.
Well, and then you should have
the
it.
truth bear.
I love that.
This is real. This happened. Look at these.
I take Tess over and kind of show them the book.
Yeah.
When you were up there, did you see the beaches? Did you see one?
I don't think I saw any beaches.
Must not be high enough.
You think I didn't go high enough?
There's beaches.
Kokomo, darling, what did you hear that made you think that there were beaches still here?
There are beaches. That is what is written.
What is written?
Oh, yes, here. But that happened so long ago.
Yeah,
It could still be true
I don't think those exist anymore, bud.
if you hope. They could. The world is big. We don't know.
The world is big.
We don't know.
Here at the edge of the Gladlands, Kokomo gazes out as the lowlands drift away. This place has a lot of salt left. You gather here, side by side, eventually wandering and making your way back to the caravan. Testy and unsure based on some of the things that have been said. The family waves to you. Hammerhead and Battery Bug get in their car. Battery Bug looks over at you and says, "Thank you again. It means a lot."
For saying sorry.
Yeah. Do you want any batteries?
I'd take some batteries.
Great.
Yeah.
He looks around, he gives you a couple of batteries. He says, "This is not battery, but it's filled with stuff." And he's going to hand you a special grenade. Rick, can we fly in one of the grenades?
What?
Not actually.
What a sentence.
The pin has been pulled. Make sure you never take your hand
Whoa!
off.
We're not kidding. No.
Wait.
You see, he hands it to you and says, "I hope it comes in handy. It makes everything shiny."
It makes everything shiny.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I make an awareness check for a gull sound as I'm getting into the tree?
Give me awareness difficulty of, I'm gonna say 10.
Okay, I only have a D10.
Here we go.
8.
Can I give them two?
Yeah, you want to burn one and
Is this bad?
yeah, go for it.
Am I burning one or two?
You can also help out and give half your awareness die.
Which is probably at least
D6.
Oh, yeah, that gives
Yeah,
3.
it's 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, go for it.
Sitting there looking out, feeling in a dark place here in your head cage.
I wave bye to them kind of awkwardly, but then I try to get out of there. I go to the tree.
You go to the tree as you're trundling along. You can't hear it on your own. Kokomo, you see Quinn listening hard for something. What do you say? How do you help in this moment for Quinn to hear?
I just say, thank you for sharing earlier.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then I go like this. Take my big ass hands, put them behind.
I think
hear
you
a
slide
gull.
your hands through the cage.
Yes, yeah, that's what I was trying to figure
hear
out.
a
was the
gull.
cage, Yeah.
There's a gull. Oh my God, there's a gull. That's so cool. Man, that's so cool.
There can be beaches.
Up
I
in
get
the
in a
front.
hammock.
Up in the front is Hoogie starts driving. You see Rubby looks at you and says, "Want to see something I can do?"
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Look at me.
Yeah.
You're really talented. No, I'm dead. I'm serious right now. I've seen a lot of things and I've seen a lot of people. You know, I've traveled around and I have sort of like,
Okay,
you know,
in
met
that
a bunch of
moment, I
people.
crawl into the front seat. I'm a little tired from all the skating and the surfing. You guys mind I sit with you on our ride over?
You here?
Yeah.
No.
In the front? Yeah, kind of maybe in between you guys, because I know you got your spots you like, so I'll sit in the middle.
Okay.
That sounds good, Tess. You got it. Great abs.
Great abs.
Hey,
I was thinking that.
You want to touch them?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I touch with my head and face.
Yeah. Touch with your head and face. Go for it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Connor's
Just
looking over the edge.
brutal.
Oh no.
Just brutal.
Hoogie just has a single tear rolling down their face. Yeah, they just stare dead at the road. They won't.
They're really good. Hoogie, touch them.
No!
Touch
Okay.
The caravan takes off, and as it does so, driving day and night, probably needing fuel by the time you get to where you're going, you arrive once again, as you've been many times, in the gorgeous encampment of Rotglob, a toxic swamp bubbling with poison gas, venomous mutated creatures, and a beautiful community of rusty shacks and sheds spread on wooden footbridges raised above the muck, gondolas moving through made of old single-person aircraft fuselages, moving through the muck with lanterns filled with massive swarming fireflies, beautiful murals made of dyes of exploded canisters of old spray paint cans, and you hear the frivolity and charm of all of the people of Rock Club who begin to shout and cheer and smell the glorious smell of chili being cooked. That's all for this episode of Dimension 20 Gladlands. Tune in next week as we take off into Rotglob. Hey, look at this, the caravan! You got anything for us?
Sure do.
Well, I don't know if it's for you per se, but we have stuff for the area.
I'm hoping to be a judge in the chili contest.
Oh my gosh.
It's not really written in stone yet. I'm just hoping it'll happen.
I come bearing gifts.
Oh, the assault!
Aren't you the reigning champ of the cook-off?
Last year?
Last year.
No.
Right.
Wow.
No.
Cool. Is lead permanent?
Is lead
Permanent?
Who's this handsome fella? He looks like a snack.
Happy chili time.
Do you guys want to try some of my chili?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just because you're mean doesn't mean that you shouldn't belong.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
It's so tough here right now, and everyone's counting on us, and it's just really hard.
I'm gonna try and get you a summer.
I don't want to judge the way this city's being run, but something is not being run well.
I've never done that before.